Hey everybody, greetings from the dank basement with the soulful sounds of Reverend Al Green. Let's stay together in the background. This is your wicked Uncle Squinty, today reviewing Q-Snuff Apricot. I gotta listen to the soul for a little bit here. Since we've been together. Love the song. It was from when I was a little boy, but I still love it. Anyway, the Q-Snuff Apricot. Well, this was actually part of a Q-Snuff kit that comes with a preloaded bullet, a little refill bottle here, and a really cheesy, cheap hanky. But at least you get the hanky. It comes in a small packet, like a cigarette box, but smaller. It will fit easily in your cigarette pocket. And I think that's the idea. Now, I believe the Q in Q-Snuff stands for quit, as in quitting smoking. I can't be sure of that. I do know that the Q-Snuffs I've tried have been fairly high in nicotine. And it's a very nice, easy to sniff snuff. It is moderately coarsely ground, medium grind, fairly moist. Let's get a nice big bump of this here. Wow, that is apricot. Now, I've got a couple of favorite apricot snuffs, including the Toke apricot, which is really good, except it fades too fast. Doesn't have a lot of persistence of scent in the nose. I also very much like the McChrystal's apricot and also the Gowith apricot. The problem with the McChrystal's and the Gowith is, for my tastes, they use a little too much menthol. Does this have menthol in it? Yeah, I suspect there's a hair of menthol in there. Not very much. Just enough to open up the nostrils so you can appreciate the apricot. But not as much as the Gowith, not as much as the McChrystal's, and maybe a little more than they put in the Toke, but I can't be sure of that. What I will tell you is, oh yeah, there's nicotine in there. I can feel the pulse in my nose. Also, the apricot is great. It's strong. It's a strong, rich apricot flavor, although it's just a little bit artificial. For a beginner, this is a 5 out of 5. This is a fine beginner's snuff. I think this is one you ought to have in your beginner's kit. And as a matter of fact, it was I who put together the beginner's kit for Mr. Snuff. My suggestions that made that bundle. So I think I'm going to contact David at Mr. Snuff and tell him to include this one, because I can't think of a better beginner's snuff, particularly if you like that apricot scent. As I said, for beginners, on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is terrible and 5 is great, this is a 5. If you are a more experienced snuffer, you may prefer either the McChrystal's or the Toke apricot. But to me, for a beginner snuff, this one is fantastic. From the Gank Basement, this is your Squicked Wunkle Dinky. Dinky Wunkle Twinty, Fuckle Wucka Dicky. Wait a minute. I have to adjust my brain. There we go. From the Dank Basement, this is your wicked Uncle Squiddy. Thanks for watching. Stop capture. Whether times are good or bad, happy and sad. Love that Al Green.